20 years together.
24.
Oh, 24, yeah, 24.
Together was 10.
Married?
5.
5 in December.
Okay.
28. 29.
This year's 29.
Yes.
This year, yeah.
Married also just together?
Married.
Married, yeah.
We met in 2018.
Together isn't married or isn't together 6
We
years?
met in 2018.
Yes.
Why don't you want to say how many years? Why are you lying? 2018.
Yeah, no, but baby, 2018. Yeah, so it's 6 years. So we're together for 6 years. Married for, this is going to be
This
our
one,
5th
fifth
year.
year, yeah.
Yeah.
Fifth.
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
What song sets the mood for you guys?
Ooh, this is the place where you belong.
All the good real R&B.
Yeah. Right here. Yeah.
I actually introduced her to R&B because she was very Christian.
He did.
She wasn't allowed to listen to it.
I wasn't.
No, for a couple, I think for some time now, we don't have songs like
Like that.
that. No. I think it's.
Just naturally light up.
I think it's yeah, but songs like that, we listen to a lot of gospel.
We're so boring.
Which song?
We are so powered in songs. We're going to be horrible in this.
Yeah, this one we're horrible.
You don't need a song.
We don't
No,
need a
we don't
song.
need a
We don't
song. No, that.
Yeah, I think you've answered this perfectly.
Yeah, no, we
song.
don't need a song.
So I'm more of a soul and R&B person in this relationship. My wife is Nkosham so kalagu ba. Umas ngakhali ku.
But I feel like at this point, honestly, like, I had to.
What's that DS? What that you love?
Oh, DSBN?
DVSN? Something like that? Yeah.
DVSN.
Yeah, there's a beautiful song there. Forgot the title of the song, but it talks about
Don't get into that.
Cause this is our love story. This is our journey. This is our love story. This is our journey.
Who apologizes first?
all of us.
Well, he mostly does.
Okay.
It's a very safe, humble answer.
I think I do.
I think I do.
I'm sorry.
We do things very differently now. We have a proper, honest, vulnerable conversation, and then it's like a mutual, like, oh, I understand you and you understand me. So, yeah, but
The conversations tend to be a bit longer than mine.
Okay. Who initiates the vulnerable conversations that get to the apology?
I do.
Yes.
Okay.
I do, yeah.
And then he apologizes.
I do.
He does.
Without fail.
Yeah, no, I think sometimes I feel like I walk around the house carrying like sorries, and I'm just like, would you like a sorry? And she's like, no, I don't have pockets, but so I'm quick at saying sorry. I think it's because I'm quite vocal. My wife internalizes things. She wants to internalize it first, and like, is this worth a sorry or not? You know, I'm on some sorry first, and then let's discuss it later. Yeah.
But I think also the reason why you say sorry very quick is because, like, you always talk about how you hate, like, how the environment gets and the
Yes.
tension in the house, and he can't stand that. And I
You can't talk. Why she's busy trying to find a reason to apologize? I'm like, I need to leave in this house.
Me.
I think I'm doing better, but
He apologizes at least.
yeah.
You always have to be.
Not have to be, I'm just more introspective. So I can have an interaction now and walk away and in 5 minutes be like, I'm sorry, actually, I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
In which context are you talking? Like, are you indoor
Home.
people? Or you
Home, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think more outdoor. outdoors good for the soul. But when the indoor space is beautiful, then you'll find us there as well. So
Outdoor, indoor.
Have you found a balance yet, or you're still looking at it?
I think we're trying.
It's work in progress. It's work in progress. But the interesting part is that when we first met, we dated for a year, and at the time I was staying in PE, so it was a long distance kind of a relationship. She was more of an outdoorsy kind of a person, but I'm not too sure whether it's outdoor, it's like away from home type of thing. But yeah, it was.
It's because she was looking for a...
No, but also, but also if you look at the stuff that we were doing, I think we would go on vacations, right? Or if it wasn't a vacation, like we would go do activities, and I think I do prefer that than.
You're outdoor.
Yeah, I can say
Outdoors.
outdoor, but not crowd.
Not there.
Yeah.
So not like
Not.
place, but like adventure.
Yeah, adventure. Yeah, sign me up. Vacation, sign me up.
We are outdoors. Yeah, we are outdoor by heart. I think ever since the the thing is that ever since we had our child, then I think it kind of put us back in the house. But now that he's a bit older, we're a bit more to try and
Do you guys like camping?
No.
Or just
not camping.
restaurants?
Restaurant, foodies.
We're foodies, hike, gym, like jump, I don't know, whatever, park.
What has remained consistent in what you like about each other? We'll start with you, Nokwanda,
God.
for him.
Yes.
Okay.
humility.
Humility
Yeah.
has remained consistent. Okay, cool.
Okay, like I said, the legs. The legs are just, I always love the legs. But I think the thing about William that I've never stopped loving is that the way that he hugs me. I feel like he hugs my soul, It's like a deep hug. I remember the first time I hugged him, I was like, man, I need some of these hugs in my life permanently.
I think for Janine, she has this incredible way of lighting up a room when she smiles. So that's what draws you in. And then the personality is just what convinces you to stay.
Really? Thank you, babe.
Okay.
So that's no singing. It's like she can walk in, and I think she caught my eye that way. It wasn't on stage singing and worshiping God. That's something different, because that has a radiance to it which is amazing.
Yeah.
And I think that's gotten bigger and bolder in the years. But I think definitely she has a presence about her which was attractive to me right from the start.
You guys have probably forgotten we're in the room. They're only just looking at each other.
I'm like, I've forgotten this. Yeah, you need to tell me this more often.
I'll start. I think the one thing that I've consistently loved about Manqoba since I met him is that he's such a light-hearted person. Like, he keeps it light. Like, sometimes it's a good and a bad thing, but he just keeps it keeps going. Life just it's never that deep. Life just keeps on moving. So as an overthinker, I've always really enjoyed that about him. He can like kind of diffuse a situation really quickly. Like, nah, man, just keep it moving. Yeah.
For me, I think she's always been like she's got a nurturing heart.
Yeah.
When it comes to how she loves people, how she loves me, always looking out for the best interest, and also when it comes to family, the importance that she values, like, making sure that in the family we always have something going on, like, because for me, like, we've always been like, my parents ministry but now that she's come, she's tried to like, okay guys, let's come together, let's eat at the table, things. Yeah, like, come downstairs.
Can I add a comment? Can I add a comment? It was the funniest thing for me when we got married and we'd like go home.
Yeah.
Right? But we'd all be in our rooms and then we're like, what's going on? Guys, like, can we, like, let's watch TV together. Like, but they were just a family because they're small.
Yeah.
So everyone like would just be the parents would be doing their own thing and each kid in their room. And I come from like a family where we eat at the table. We're, so at first I was like, bro, what, like, let's go sit with your parents. What's going on? And he's like, for what?
Let's start from the beginning. How did you guys meet?
Whew. We met in high school. Yes, we met in high school. Well, we first met, but not meeting. Yeah, almost like your story a bit. But I first saw him, I was at his school. So we both belonged in the, Christian bodies within the schools. And we were in separate schools. He was in a boys' school, I was in a girls' school. So, but these schools had that relationship. So whenever there's events in the other school would, Yeah. So I went to his school, they had a concert. Somehow he was dancing, which...
What kind of...
Actually, it was kind of pantula, or what is it?
But it was a group dance.
But yeah, it was a group dance. Yeah, so I was there. And funny enough, I was there with a lady who, I don't know if you guys did that, but we had mummies and...
Play mummies.
Okay. Yeah, so I was there with my mummy. And she actually said, that's going to be my son-in-law.
Prophesy.
You like?
Yes, she pointed at him and said, that's going to be my son-in-law. And I'm like, like, okay, where's that coming from? But anyway, fast forward, he then came to my school as well. We had a thing. I was on stage as well also when he was there. He pointed at me to his sister because we were in the same school with the sister. The sister basically kind of introduced him to me. And we took a walk to the next room where we were going to have refreshments. And that's where it all started.
So... I asked my sister, who's that lady in the choir with big eyes? She's like, yeah, it's Nokwanda. And that year it was grade 11 before she became the head girl.
So the following year I was going to be head girl in grade 12.
Yeah. So I'm not a prefect. I'm a nobody. I'm humble. So, but I paced myself. I'm like, I'm going to go for the head girl.
Our fathers were both, my dad was a pastor and his dad as well. And his dad actually came and spoke at my dad's church. We lived in Vereeniging at the time. And his mom came with, obviously. And she went back home and she said to him, Boetie, hierdie pastoor het 3 daughters. He's got 3 daughters. You can choose anyone you want. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll come and see. So it was like a series that his dad did in our church. And then he came with the next time he preached, just to come and scope the land, and then his mom was still thinking that my baby sister would be perfect for him. And he's like, no, I want the big one. So, but I think I actually met him, or actually saw him.
Truth now.
Get to the truth.
I saw him from a distance. They used to do these, what do they call the camps? The
Inter-youth camps.
Inter-youth camps at Rama back then. And it was such a big thing. Like people from across the country would come to these big camps. And his dad was one of the guys that ran the camps. And I saw him
I'm just going to help her.
Okay.
So she secretly took photographs of me playing volleyball.
I've always known her, like, from a distance.
Online.
No, because when she was in Nelspruit, I was also in Nelspruit, and then I saw her, and then I took a liking to her, right? Like, it was like an internal crush and so on. So, but then I came to Joburg, but then I knew her cousin. So occasionally would be on BBM, hey stranger, how you been? Just to make no, to her.
I don't even know how we got each other on BBM.
But I got her.
I remember one day, like, can I tell you the funny thing, man? I never really knew him. I don't know how we got each other on BBM. One day I just saw, I think BBM used to have a status or something like that, and you could put. One day I just saw this guy rugby, like with the rugby ball, and I'm like, who's this? But then we occasionally had, I don't know, we were weird. We didn't know each other like that, but every year, without fail, there'd be like a period
sort of a
where we would talk,
Yeah.
but we like just chat.
So
like,
for me, it was more of a thing of, don't forget me. Right?
So
You know, like,
insane.
yeah, don't forget. Like, don't worry. So for me, it was more that thing. That's why. No, I knew that. Someday, like, I'd really want something to. So, but the distance and whatnot. So once in a while, I'm like, hey, stranger, I hope you've been then would talk for like a period of time.
No, like just chatting.
Just chats.
Like, and it would last maybe a couple of days or a
Yes,
week,
and
and then we
then
wouldn't talk for a long
that-
time.
Do you have a crush?
On him?
Nah, I don't think so.
No. Like it was.
God.
No, not even. I think it's.
He had intentions.
No, but I think at some point she did maybe.
I was,
develop a
yeah,
crush.
no, I was curious.
You didn't like it when he would text.
No, you know what it was? I was curious because I knew he's a PK too,
Okay.
right? So I was curious, like, okay, like what commonalities do we have? What do we have in common? Like, how would we interact? But I never really, to be honest, this one in high school, like he was always going into a serious relationship. Like every couple of months, this one was, he had. So I never really got a chance to be like, he was always someone's man.
When I saw her at her dad's church leading worship, that was, one of those holy moments where you could hear the angels in the background, shaft of light.
Yeah.
But I remember saying, Lord, if I could ever marry a woman that knows you the way that I see her worshipping you, that would be a good thing. Not thinking that
Probably your wife.
it would actually materialize. And
Jeez, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Lord.
How old were you at this time when you saying that?
I was probably about 20.
So at 20 years old, you're a guy who's saying, Lord, if I could marry a woman who knows.
Yes.
And did you approach her immediately or did you go on with your life?
No, I think. So we had lunch. My dad would preach the morning services, and then we would have lunch with her parents.
Yeah.
And that's where one of those hugs happened. She felt it very differently to me because when I was hugging her, I was like, please let this be.
Speak the truth.
Okay, nothing but the truth. Because we always have like two versions of the story. There's a true version of the story, and then there's another version
There's your lies.
then there's my version of the story, and my version is like she approached me, but which is a lie. So she and I come from the same town, in Mikkelbeek. I often say that Yabona Facebook was ordained for such a time as this. It's responsible for the marriages that you see. So she and I were then mutual friends on Facebook for some time, and I would never forget this. This other time she then posted a picture of hers with a natural afro. My wife has got beautiful afro. Beautiful afro. So she posted that picture and I was like, I liked it. But, I was like, this is not enough. So I was like, this is beautiful. So I slid into the DMs and I was like, hi, love
You
your
did not
afro.
say hi.
I did not.
You did not say hi. I think you said like, I really like your hair. And I said, oh, thank you. And you said, oh, where are my manners? I didn't say hi. And that's how we got it.
And then I introduced myself like, my name is Themba. It's like, I can see your name is written there.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Are you guys, what are you guys' ages?
So I am 34.
This year, yeah.
She's
I'm
turning 30.
29.
Oh, okay, so you
Whoa. What are you turning?
30.
Yeah.
Also, I've just arrived, guys.
She's turning 29. No, she just turned 29
In December. Yeah.
So she's turning 30 this year, and she's not happy about it.
I am.
both in your 20s.
Yeah, so we're now at 20s. So I was like to her, my name is Themba, and she's like, no, I can see the name there. But again, I was like, this is rude. Even if you see the name, I might as well just, introduce myself. And then I was like, I like your hair. She's like, thank you so much. But she was so kind because she could pick up that I want to have a conversation. Yeah. And then she said to me, sorry, I'm actually busy at this point in time. I think she was like, she's reading a book and she has to go and pick up kids,
No, you said, can we talk in the evening? And I said, you said in the evening or in the afternoon, I can't remember. And I said, no, I don't think that's going to be possible because I'm still reading a book. I've got my siblings to fetch. So I don't see where I'm going to fit.
Where do you fit in? I'm like,
She was beautiful, first and foremost. And I think with her, we were friends. I think it was easy for us to...
like a new...
It was easy for us to become friends. I think that's also what's kind of been the foundation of our relationship, is that outside of everything, we're best friends. So from the moment we started seeing each other, we literally just enjoyed being
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
What was your first impression?
First impression, give you the honest truth. He was wearing maroon chinos, and I was like, what?
Very principled guy. I really admired that. Like the conversations that we had were different.
Yeah.
Of course, I've had conversations with other boys, so I'm like, okay, this is different.
Yeah.
But you know, it keeps me. I wanna hear more. I wanna talk more. I wanna, get to know him.
The first impression was a virtuous woman, an expensive woman. Not financially, but innately.
In grade 11.
Yeah, grade 11.
Tabang.
That's what captivated me.
Tabang.
She had so much. I think it explains why she went in to become a head girl. She had this seriousness. I was serious myself because there was Ingane coming up in me, because one of my degrees was a degree in theology. I went to Bible school eventually. So yeah, I was being groomed in my church as one of the upcoming pastors. So it was particular for me, the kind of woman I was going to meet. So for me, humility was very much important. A person that feared God, and she exhibited all of that. And yeah.
The prom night, yo. What shoes were you? What color shoes were they? Black. I hope they were black.
I think they were white. I think they were
Because
white.
now I'm thinking they were white because the suit
The suit
was
was a long-
pinstripe, white stripe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, up to
black,
here, yeah.
black with pinstripe. So, and then there was a coat that
Yeah.
came with the suit.
3-piece.
That was like.
Listen.
Was that your time? Were you also kind of looking for that, or was it a
Okay. So, I've always thought men in suits.
Okay.
Yes, I've always thought men in suits, but that was a bit. That was a bit like, ooh, okay. But I was okay because I'm more simple, and I don't know if you remember my dress. My dress.
I think
was
that's what I
the
liked.
simplest. My dress
I
was
think that's
the
what I
simplest
liked.
ever.
That's what I liked about you, the simplicity. Anyways, I was all over.
Yeah, he was the one who. Yeah, he was the drama in
But I
that.
thought I was making an impression. I did the 3-piece for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I thought I was making an impression, and wow, it was fashion.
Yeah.
At that time, yeah.
We're coming from a time of, the charismatic church was born. Sakugqokwa amasuta red. I'm from there. Red suits, yellow suits.
So yeah, definitely.
So
What
that's
was that group that wore the different
Avante. Avante. Yeah, those were the days. Those were the
He even
days.
knows something.
Those were the days. Commissioned. One of the shirts they would put out the sleeves and
the
and
sleeves like that, yeah.
So I remember one of these days, like I think we were dating at the time. I needed to fly my mom and my brother to PE.
You weren't dating.
Oh, we're not dating at that time. Okay. But what that's one of the things that I need to mention. I needed to fly my mom and my baby brother to Port Elizabeth. So I speak to her about it in passing, and then she then decided to carry that burden. She was burdened about it. At the time she was driving a Bakhe. She's like, I don't have a car, Mara. I can actually try and find a friend to borrow me a car, so that I can drive your mom to the airport. That warmed my heart, right? Eventually I got someone and stuff like that. But I mean, she was like, consider it. Yeah. I mean, you don't know me that much, but you really want to help, right? So when we started post that, it's again that considerate kwakhe. She's very considerate. The conversations, how she is. She actually, I'm a dreamer. Yeah. Right? In our conversations, I will tell her about, I want to do this, I want to study that, I want to do a master's in this, da. But she dignified my vision and my dreams with a undivided attention. She dignified them, right? And that was something that I was like, I need this, right? Someone who can actually listen to me and dignify my thoughts with their attention.
It was like the second week or the first week of us like seeing each other. So seeing each other, like not dating, like, so he saw me when I came to Pretoria. And then I remember I was looking for a church the whole week. Like, where am I going to go on Sunday? I'm like a big church girl. So I'm like, Sunday's coming. I need to find a church, right? So I'm Googling everywhere, and I think, Googled and found somewhere. But I don't know what happened on the morning that made me decide I can't go there, or what happened. And he's like, why don't you just come to church with me? So I was like, okay. He's like, I'll come pick you up. And I mean, I was already getting ready. So I'm like, okay. Then he came, to pick me up, and he had this very noisy car. He had the noisiest car, like, I don't know what he did to the car, but it was just so noisy. And this guy comes to pick me up from church. Like, whatever. I'm just like, yo. And we go to church, and church is nice. Like, the first thing I noticed when I got there is that, oh, this feels like my home church. It feels very familiar.
Yeah.
So I felt like so at home. Yes. And then his church is attended a lot by his family. All his family who's in Gauteng attends his church. So naturally, on the first day I attended church, which was the first week that I met him, I met all his family, including his parents. I don't know. I don't think he cared. I think he was low-key proud. Like, if I'm being honest, especially with his cousins, because his cousins, I saw them have like a young moment there, and he came like, you know. So when we were driving back from church, and the car, this noisy car that he had, the aircon never worked. From the first day I got in that car, the aircon never worked. So the windows were always down and the sunroof open, and the music loud because it's so noisy. So we're driving and just music and the air, and I'm like sitting with, I used to like putting my hand out, you know, just playing with the air, and I literally turned around and I looked at him, and like I literally heard a voice in my head say, "That's your husband."
I think my husband also is very transparent, right? In the first week where we started chatting, I knew everything about him. I knew everything about him, and like I really appreciated how transparent he was, about where he was and where he wanted to go. And I think also I felt like there was room for me to grow as well, because as much as yes, I did want to get married, but I did have concerns like, okay, should I get married? Will this person allow me to still go to school? And as much as he shared his dreams, when I shared mine, he was also like able to receive them well. So I think it was that. And also, I come from a family where my parents got divorced when I was in grade 7. So I had some fears, like one of them is like, I was scared that, okay, I used to ask myself that, is marriage really something that I want? You know, will I get divorced someday? Should I get married? So I think it was at different points where he would assure me, and also when I would feel like, okay, it's okay for me to do this thing. This is what God also wants for me. So I don't think there was ever like just one but it was just multiple instances where I would feel like, okay, this is God speaking to me through him. Yeah.
So there was a point in time where I eventually asked.
Brother,
because I had kissed other people, you know. So now this guy is not attempting, and I was not about to be the one, you know, to kiss him. He should kiss me. So I then asked, okay, you don't kiss?
What's wrong? Are you fine physically? Your anatomy.
Yes. So I asked that, and his response, because that's where it came out to say how, you know, how he sees me, you know, the virtuous woman, and honestly, you know, sometimes you don't see certain things about yourself. You don't believe certain things about yourself because of many, you know, circumstances. So when he said that, I was like, oh my goodness. But unfortunately, it was accompanied with fear, because at the same time, yes, I was like, oh my goodness, you know, this could be my husband. You know, this could be the man that I spend the rest of my life with. But I don't know what's in his heart. I don't know what might come, and he all of a sudden doesn't think the same way, you know. So also, I think also being the woman that I was, the girl that I was, you know, like I always thought, oh well, you know, I'm always ready to not seem desperate. I'm always ready it's like I'm like, hey, powerhouse, I'm good. Yeah, so there was always that to say, okay, you know, there's a great, I don't know, there could be a possibility that he would want to, you know, end the relationship. But if not, this is.
Throughout the 10 years of dating, of not kissing, were you guys exclusive to each other, or did someone go and kiss someone else?
I've been feeling this way since we hooked up. I ain't walking away no matter what. Tell me what you're fighting for, and I will fight with you. Cause this is our love story. This This is our journey. This is our love story.